She's on that side of the screen for most of you. I'm on this side of the screen. My name is Mike. This is Jen, neurodivergent, at neurodivergent. For anyone watching the recording, sorry you missed it. I don't know what to tell you, but you missed the vibe. We did tell you when it was coming out.
We did. And the people who are sleeping, sleep's overrated.
Sleep is overrated. We have problems with
wake
sleep.
up. Time zones are irrelevant, you know. It's just a number. Like, you just need to like wake up and watch our live stream rather than sleep.
Exactly. We're on other sides of the pond. Hello everyone in the chat. I have the chat here, by the way. I have some chat.
Okay.
We have
here.
Claire.
Claire's here. Hi, Claire. Hi.
Hey Claire, how's it going?
I'm sorry. I was like, I'll let you like kind of take charge, but I just have to let you know that Claire reached out to me today and wished me like a happy live stream with you. So that was really kind of you, Claire. Thank you, Claire, for wishing me a happy live stream.
She did the same for me as well. Thank you very much, Claire. That's really, really kind. By the way, I want to kick this off with this. Got a little, sorry, I've got cats on the table. Someone's drawn a picture of you. It's Emily.
Emily!
And she drew this.
Emily!
Oh, and see this, like straight up. Look, check it out. That's you.
Shut the front door.
Yeah.
Emily, thank you. How much did you pay her? How can I commission you? Emily, you're my favorite.
Nothing at all.
Okay.
You asked for a picture, right? Do you remember the comment?
you have to explain to everybody that like in what was the video that Emily drew a picture of you and it was epic and I was jealous and I hopped on the bandwagon and right away I was like, Emily needs to draw a picture of me because I'm like, I don't know, we're all like me, my world, draw one of me too. And she
there
did.
You go.
Oh my gosh.
This is for you.
Emily, thank you.
I'll send you through the file afterwards. Emily, well done. That's amazing. You made it very happy.
I didn't know
picture. And the headphones.
That. Did
you see the headphones? See your headphones?
I love it. Tell Emily thank you for me. That was amazing. She is talented. How old is Emily?
Emily's 12 and she's on the stream at the minute. Emily says you're very welcome via Helen.
Emily, oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't actually expect that. That was amazing. That just made my whole day.
I know.
However, she did that for me. We're good. We're good.
Emily's is playing on the Minecraft server. So I started a Minecraft server on live streams a little while ago with the intention that we'd all play together, but everybody's playing on their own. Like it's just a massive autistic parallel play island. It's great. Everyone's doing their own little thing. Does your son like Minecraft? He does, doesn't he? He had a Minecraft t-shirt on that video.
My son eats, sleeps, and dreams Minecraft. I can be talking about bills that I have to pay, and he will find a way to bring it back to Minecraft, right? Like, I feel like that is the younger level, thing that we all deal with is like, like we try to hide that as a grown up, but we really want to bring everything back to our special interest, right?
Yeah,
like,
that happens a lot. That's for sure. It's a
God bless
thing,
our
right?
spouses. Just saying. But I watched your live stream yesterday or day before. I can't remember. Anyways, I saw that you had a Minecraft server, and I almost wanted to reach out to you and ask you if my son could join, but I was like, it's like it feels like it's like grown-ups only because you don't want anybody like messing up your Minecraft world. But let me tell you,
he sounds like a pro, to be nice.
My little guy gets really upset like whenever somebody comes into his Minecraft world and like destroys stuff, because you can do the multiplayer thing. And so if somebody like messes up his house, he gets very upset about it.
That doesn't happen here. We've got backups upon backups, so everything's completely cool. And if he plays like any of the adults on the server, what he's going to do is he's just going to go way off and build on an island on his own, just like we've all done. I was trying to make like a little town. And everybody's like really far away because like that's how we want to be, isn't it?
Well, I'm just telling you, if you let his son in, he's very responsible. He's a very responsible homeowner. Like he abides by the Minecraft HOA rules and everything. So
got to keep that grass down. Amazing.
Minecraft is better than Bill's, TBF.
Yeah, that's for sure. Wake up, it's time to party, says Claire. Whoa, Jen, I love your top. What's the comic?
Spider-Man. Thank you for noticing that it's a comic.
Sorry for the noise. That was the fridge. That won't happen again. You're so talented, Emily. Minecraft is better than Bill's, to be frank, says Tracy. There are kids on the server from our house. The rules are no damage. It's a fab place to be. I joined the town's bits with trains. Yes, we need trains to commune. All the bits. It's an autistic commune, but I will play world, says TJ.
Damn
exactly.
trains.
That's how we are. We're kind of social, we're kind of antisocial, we're kind of like social, but like kind of antisocial. I think one of the myths that I hear quite a lot of the time as well is that if you're autistic, you have to be introverted. What do you think about that? Do you have to be introverted to be autistic?
So I actually researched this, okay? And there are actually, because I was willing to die on that hill that you are introverted if you are autistic. However, there are actually extroverted autistics who just can't understand social cues very well. So they might like really want to hang out with people, but they just don't do a good job at it, if that makes sense. Because that was one of the, like I feel like we all kind of have those early warning signs that we saw when before we were diagnosed, that we just kind of like couldn't figure out why are we this way. And one of mine was like, why am I so introverted? Why do I struggle so much hanging out with people, and it seems to come so naturally to others? And I just always coined that as introverted, right? So I would say not all autistics are introverted. So I've learned, but then maybe they struggle more with like the social cues and everything else. But my own experience is like introverted. I really, really struggle with social interactions.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I do really struggle, but then I find when I'm spending time around people that are neurodiverse in one way or another, I tend to find neurodiverse people to be sort of less judgmental, maybe because we've all been on the receiving end of the social judgment, particularly. You don't need to be late diagnosed to have that experience. But I think it's like when you're around other neurodivergent people, like info dumping, I think is just a wonderful autistic love language. Sharing things, sharing facts. Some people have been sharing research with me that have been reading on, they've been going, oh, this is so amazing. Please, I want to share it with you. And they've been sending me papers, or they've been sending me whatever they're interested in. And I just think that's amazing. And perhaps like you could look at that in like a typical way and go, well, why are you sending me your drawings? Why are you sending me like these pictures? But actually, it's like, oh my God, you're sharing with me something that you're really passionate about. And I think that's just amazing. So I don't know. I consider it kind of like, we sort of learn, we sort of become accustomed to being introverted, but I don't know if I'm like.
So I have
actually
to point out
introverted.
that TJ, good old
TJ.
TJ. Hi, TJ.
Hey,
He says
TJ.
that I've met a few extroverted autistics at my astronomy conventions.
Nice.
And so again, like, I just, we all relate our own experiences, when we talk about like how autism is. And so you have to remember, like, other people do experience it differently, but they still exhibit some of the signs of autism, like I said, like the difficulty with social cues. And so like it's kind of like a bull in a china closet. Maybe you go in and you're like real excited about talking to people, but you don't know how to talk to people.
Exactly. Or you just latch onto someone and you're like, right, let me tell you all about space. I'm picking on a traditional one there, but for me it could be like sea slugs or something like that. And I think it's great. I think it's wonderful. Hearing about other people's passions is great. I'm not that interested in stamp collecting, but I love to hear about it from somebody who's passionate about it. I just think it's fascinating. I think we like to learn from each other. I think that's kind of a pretty common trait. What does the chat think? The environment has everything to do with my introversion, Mr. Joel, I think. Depends how truly comfortable I am. Yeah, me too. Big time. The way I am now, the way I am on the stream, the way I'm talking with Jen, the way Jen is talking with me, this is like not how I would be, say, for example, at the shops. Like if I go to Tesco, it's kind of our version of warm up. Yeah, right, but there I'm just like glasses on, headphones in, usually these little guys. And I just end up just like in my own little world, and I don't really want to be talked to. And if somebody talks to me, I'll just usually won't even know who they are. So yeah, it's all
Let me
context.
tell you, I wear sunglasses I've started wearing sunglasses in the grocery store when I'm shopping.
Yeah, do it. Do you get funny looks, do you think? Or
yeah, because it makes me look like a stuck-up bee. It
no,
does.
you know what? You could probably pull it off, Jen. You could be like, I'm a YouTube celebrity. I just need to be like Taylor Swift. Do you know what I mean? Like T Swift, just like shopping, just like put your shades on, to like do your hair.
Even
You just and be like, I just need to like.
No bodyguards around me, and I don't look. I just look like a stuck-up bee who doesn't want to be bothered, but they have no idea that I'm like actually. And these are the benefits of getting a diagnosis, is that I understand what I'm struggling with more, and I am caring about how I accommodate myself and other people's reactions to that less.
Oh hell yeah! That's totally yeah. When I'm watching your videos or any other autistic issues videos, I'm talking to you guys. I don't know if you do that as well, but I'm like, yeah. I relate to that. That's absolutely right. That's me too. The diagnosis thing, yeah, because it gives you, I think, it helps deal with the imposter syndrome. For me, I felt like Schrodinger's autistic between the period of self-identification and the formal identification. Self-ID is valid for a huge number of reasons, but like, it just felt like, okay, cool, right, that kind of gives me permission to accommodate myself. I'm going to wear sunglasses. Screw you guys. I'm just going to wear them. And then I have a happier life rather than I'm forcing myself to, just be like everyone else, I guess.
Yeah, because those lights are killer. Hi Lauren, I've got a headache. Don't tip me to go get more alcohol. Don't say that.
What did you say? I've got a headache.
I don't know. Lauren is saying something about alcohol and headaches. I do think that those two coincide. I wish
Depends on quantity, right?
Concrete Jungle says, I wish I had an invisibility cloak in public. And let me tell you. So I got to tell you guys, like and I know that this is supposed to be a Q&A session, and we will definitely get to that. But on that note, there is a question on the Asperger's test, and I know that's not a thing anymore, but it said, do you feel uncomfortable in your own skin? And let me tell you, nothing spoke louder to me than that, because I oftentimes, and I've described it this way before, that I feel naked. Whenever I'm like out in public, like that's how uncomfortable I feel. Like I just want to hide. I want to shrink. I don't want to be there. I don't want to transition from my car to the grocery store. Like it is just difficult. It's hard.
What about when you're on your own though? What about when you have some peace and you're not being pressured with too many external demands? That it doesn't apply, right?
Right. Yeah. No, not at all.
So you probably spent quite a lot.
I feel like an alien everywhere.
Oh, who said this? Oh, Isabella.
Yeah.
I feel like an alien everywhere. Yeah, I completely agree.
Hi, Tracy.
Oh, Tracy, yeah, definitely. Sunglasses.
I have to say hi to her because she was a part of my live stream the whole time last time, and I didn't acknowledge her, and she's like one of my OG subscribers. So like, I just have to make up for that now.
Oh, I love seeing some of these names. Oh, hang on a second. I got to move you. You're so king. This is Jasper, and he's absolutely wet. Yeah, it must be raining outside. Look at him. Okay, I'm going to put him down now. I don't want him walking on things. He's walked on your picture. Look at my hands. Wet now. Sunglasses are a bit of a security blanket, says Megaland. I really dislike eye contact with anyone I'm not very close with. I used to like not watching TV as well. Like when I was a kid, like my parents and family, they were watching the TV, and I wouldn't watch TV at the same time as them because I didn't realize how light worked. I wasn't much of a scientist when I was little, and it'd be like it's almost like imagining something coming out of your eyes to see things, something invisible, some sort of invisible energy coming out of people's eyes, and I didn't want to like touch people's eyeball energy, so that really kind of grossed me out. Please, someone relate to that, because if you don't, I'm going to feel like I'm out on a limb here a little bit.
Eyeball energy. That's the thing.
Eyeball energy. Yeah, don't touch me with your eyeballs. It's actually really especially eyeballs.
Claire said autistics are aliens among us.
Autistic are aliens among us. Yes, among us, like an imposter, right? Yeah, eyeball energy, get it off me, says Claire.
Who's the imposter? who's the imposter? You know, like,
Oh,
isn't that
there
what
was
you have to do when you're playing that game? You have to figure out who's the
who's the
imposter.
imposter?
Like,
Yeah, and the imposter's running around and like doing all the tasks. If we're talking about a video game here, guys, just in case you didn't know,
Among
and
Us. Among Us. If y'all don't
Among Us.
know, Among Us is like it's pretty hip with the kids. I don't know. I've never played it, but I have an 11-year-old, so it's pretty cool. And
Uh-huh.
you have to figure out like who's the spy, who's the imposter, you know? And I don't know. Do you ask questions? I don't know. They hide in vents and stuff like that. But anyways, I feel like we're kind
Yeah.
of like that, right? Like it's like spot the imposter human, because we're all aliens. I don't know.
Hmm.
Maybe we're the lizard people.
Yes, let me do your people thing. I absolutely, definitely feels like that. You know, I feel like I'm
Let me do
surrounded
your
by
people
aliens.
thing. Mm-hmm.
Eyeball energy reminds me of Roald Dahl's Matilda, says Parlo. Okay, I'm getting a bit of a vibe here that we kind of need to get a gaming session on at some point. We definitely need to do a multiplayer Among Us. That'd be pretty good fun. I
I've
noticed
never played
this.
it before.
Have you not? It's actually
Um,
really good fun. Yeah, it's really good fun. It's nice and quick and pretty small.
I don't
Um,
know. Maybe you could convince me to join your Minecraft server, and then that would
done.
connect with my son, because
Well,
like it would cross over like autism and my son's special interests. So maybe that would be good.
Minecraft is just like unlimited virtual Lego. I mean, there's two ways to play it. There's the survival, which is what I used to play with my son a lot, and then creative, which is what we do on our server. Huh?
TJ, you need to read TJ's comment, because I agree.
I feel less like an alien and more like the only sober person in a room full of completely intoxicated wankers. Mm, yes. Yeah. I had to do the neurotypical spectrum disorder video, if anyone's seen it. Um, just sort of flipping the head on literally switching around the criteria from how sort of othering the languages about talking about autistic people and just literally spinning it around, and you literally can do that. I'm not saying that autism isn't disability. I'm not saying that at all, but I am saying that the criteria and a lot of stuff that's written about autistic people is very othering, unnecessarily so, and it can be easily switched.
Mhm.
Just saying. Jason
That's
S.
why I put it on my website, because it was that powerful.
Oh yes, thank you so much for that. You didn't have to. But yeah, thank you thanks so much there, Jen. Honestly, YouTubing does feel a little bit. We were talking about this before the stream actually. But like it does feel like a little bit kind of like lonely in a weird way, kind of way, a bit sort of bit distant at times. So it's really nice that there's a really good community of autistic content creators on the platform. That's
Yeah,
good level of comfort there. Definitely, it's really nice and welcoming. I'm just
100%.
I got the comments down here. Let's do some more
Sorry.
comments.
Okay, your cats are quiet. My dog is noisy. So,
Oh, if our dogs hear your dog, we're gonna have like international dog barking contest.
oh my gosh, dude,
They'll,
from
they'll, they'll be
across
like
the pond,
they'll be like
we
they'll
can.
be like they'll be like kicking off like internationally, which could be fun. Um, I think it's really weird listening to entities talking to each other now. Tracy K, do you have like an order, Jen? Do you find that like when you do go out and you sort of meet people and even people like people working on checkouts and things, like you may even sort of see them for a few minutes and you think you might be autistic, you might be ADHD. You sort of start to develop a kind of like a feeling for these things. Have you noticed that? Do you do an order?
A little bit, a little bit. But
Just a
you
little
know
bit
what?
of.
That comes from a place of personal experience. And so I go back to like how we relate everything to kind of like our life's experience and how we experience things. And, like there's a lot of different issues that everybody experiences that they
Mhm.
couldn't identify that in somebody else unless they themselves had experienced it.
Yeah.
And so I could not like, as a psychiatrist, I guess, or like unless they are really, really, because I actually, when I got diagnosed, I actually called and asked if a few places and asked if they had any psychologists that were autistic, which sounds like a silly ask when you don't know what autism is. But I
Hmm.
asked that because I was like, a fellow autistic will be able to pick me out. So I was kind of hoping for that, and so like living it every day, you know, for like 40 plus years after 40, for so long, then yeah, absolutely. You can pick that out in other people because you yourself have experienced it for so long
Yeah,
that you
definitely. I think it's like the
you can
opposite of
do
the
it.
double empathy problem, isn't it? So
Yeah.
that difficulty with neurotypicals and neurodivergents understanding
Mhm.
each other. I feel like there's kind of unspoken story here, and that is that neurodivergence and neurodivergence really can understand each other. They're kind of almost like picking each other out because you can sort of empathize and go, I see a bit of myself in that person, or the way that they do that, or their mannerisms, or maybe even their stims, but we kind of suppress those because that's not, stimming is kind of not really normalized. I kind of don't really like the word, really, only kind of discovering it, you know, in my adulthood. It's a bit of a weird word. It's almost rude.
Bonsai said an autistic person will generally be relieved when you intro dump instead of
Instead of
small talk.
small talk. Yeah,
I have to agree
that's
with
true.
that. I
That
have to
is true.
agree with that.
Yeah,
Like
you know.
it kind of takes some of the pressure off of you, and you can just listen to what they're saying.
Mhm. Yeah, absolutely. Like exactly what you said. It's like, so like I knew we would have like a really good vibe on this live, so like I wasn't sort of nervous about it. But I think if I was having you know, like a live with someone that I didn't maybe vibe with, I'd be like, please talk, please talk, please talk, please talk, please talk, please talk, please talk. Just take the pressure off me a little bit. I'll just go this way. You just talk. Do you know what I mean? So like,
The problem is getting me to shut up
that's really not a problem. That's not.
until I'm in burnout mode, and then I am a mute.
Oh gosh,
Like
yeah. So that's something
these
that's
are
not
things that,
often
you know,
explored too much. Yeah, the
my
burnout.
my my husband sees, and I will literally go mute. And you know, like that's something again that you wouldn't see because I'm not going to put myself on a live if I'm like in burnout mode,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know.
True. That's true. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Because
100%.
yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I did my hair before coming on the live, and I put a nice jumper on that I had in the thumbnail, and I thought, okay, that'd be cool because then people will kind of, and like, you know, just even simple tasks, going right down from simple things like personal hygiene, you know, just doing the simple tasks, you know, what I think you guys call them chores, but like, you know, just like tasks around the house and whatnot, going up to things like work. I ended up in burnout. I mean, that was what I mean, ultimately ended up with. I heard the phrase happy meltdown from Thomas Henley, because it was like I ended up melting down after lots and lots of work that was really good fun. I've got special interests that companies have flown me around, and sorry, Jasper, please. Hang on, let me put in
Jasper,
Jasper. Yeah,
Jasper, unless you're going to contribute to this conversation, sir.
he's really
Okay,
big,
you're
and he.
contributing plenty.
Oh,
You're cute.
yeah. So like, more Jasper. Yeah, I wouldn't worry about that. He'll summon himself. I actually have a tin of cat biscuits, so we can do Catmageddon at the end.
Which theory demands more Jasper? So
Yeah, there's 12 cats. So if I shake a tin of biscuits, we can just like Catmageddon and just end in chaos probably. So stay tuned to the end for that. Don't turn off. And remind me I've said it too because I'll probably forget. so yeah, I mean, you know, I was doing so much of my special interests. I went off to see a wind farm. I went off to see and drive like lots of nice renewable electric vehicles. I went to see some seagrass work, some seagrass projects. I just saw loads of stuff. I got to go to do all these things, unpaid, but just being sent. Like they paid for all my travel and things. But literally doing so much altogether just literally left me in burnout all summer, where I found it really difficult to work. And my work as a software developer meant that I really struggled to kind of like pay bills. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's not like I'm doing it on purpose. I'm not like trying to like put myself into like a depressive spiral. It's like, what's going on with me? Why can't I do these simple things? Why
that's
can't
an
I do that
interesting
anymore?
concept. Like happy burnout. Is that what you said he called it?
Happy. I got the term from Thomas Henley. It's meltdown followed by burnout, shutdown and burnout. But he had this phrase happy meltdown, and it's almost like overstimulation from things that
Yeah.
you are enjoying. Almost like you could get so overstimulated by your special interests.
Yeah. People are demanding Hydra.
Okay. I don't want to shake any cat biscuit tins. Have you got the floor for like? Can you info dump on something, please, Jen?
No, wait until Hydra comes to you. Maybe.
Okay. Hydra. I've got a bell. Let me show you the bell. Hang on. I've got this.
Please hold while your party's being reached.
If I ring this, they will all come. Like they're all but trained to this bell. If this bell goes off, there will be.
I would hope that if I had a bell like that in my house, that like bellhops would come and like carry my luggage for me.
Yeah, no such thing, I'm afraid. But like, if I ring this bell, I've literally got my hand on the bell itself, so it doesn't go off.
Okay, wait. Is this something that you've done in your live streams before?
Yeah, once. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, we've had. Yeah. So I'll put that down very gently to the side, and let it not go off.
Yet. I don't know that we're ready for that.
We're not ready for the chaos.
Gentle.
Because there's no recovering from the chaos, I'm afraid. At that point. Yeah. Later on.
But
stay tuned, everyone.
Can we do that towards the end of the live stream?
Yes. Autism Show and Tell is the best, says TJ. Except for Polly, says Yannicke, because she's deaf. Yes, Polly's up there and she's completely deaf. So like all the other cats have come running and she'll miss out. Poor Polly.
Oh wow, your cats have like personalities with the community. So I gotta tell you, like I watched a whole lot of like I watched the what would you call it, like the chat replay from my live, and somebody asked me, I almost feel like it might have been TJ, I don't remember who it was, but they asked me, do you like cats? And I was like, you watch my other videos about scripting, because every time somebody asks me if I like cats, I have to tell them that I love them, but I'm allergic. And I feel like I was being gaslit right there, like they were testing me, because like I didn't even realize that until afterwards, because scripting is a thing. So like whenever a topic comes up, like you mention a word, and then it's like you're frantically trying to relate, and so you just start inserting like comments, experience, thoughts, like whatever that is. We all have like that. I feel like we all have that. I don't know, like I liken it to Inside Out. If anybody's ever seen that movie where like, the marbles in your brain go down to the like reception area or whatever it is to like.
And there's a red angry man pulling all the controls and banging all the buttons. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like I have a few like responses when somebody says something. It's like, oh, you mentioned cats, so I'm like, oh, I'm allergic, I would love to have one if I could. And it's kind of robotic, but like that's one of the other things that like.
Did you know consciously that was your script? So did you go, right, someone's going to ask me about cats because that's what people do, so I'm going to have this script? Because I have scripts, I'm obviously, like you, almost certainly like the vast majority of this 77 people online, wow. And I'll be like, right, I've got scripts for this, I've got intro scripts, I've got ending scripts, I've got scripts for the various interests and that sort of thing. But sometimes you'll have a script that you don't know that you have. You just go, I keep doing the same thing. I keep, like, is that your cat thing? Was that like hold on a second, why? And it's like after identification, you go, holy shit! I do this for Umbrella. Is that why?
So Claire says I have subconscious scripts for sure. My mom always points them out. Seriously, subconscious. It is subconscious. So you asked if I knew that I was doing it. No, I realized it after I watched the replay. So I know that we kind of.
Oh, you saw it yourself after watching the replay.
Yes.
Oh, right.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's like I realized that I had recalled my script when I watched it. You know what I'm saying?
And completely. Do you know what? Actually, there was one thing in the last live stream I did, which was kind of a bit odd for me. Somebody in the last live stream said to me, "Watch Mike. He keeps right. Okay, that's what he said. I can appreciate there's multiple ways to take this, but he meant it in a clean, innocent way. He said, "Look at Mike. He keeps touching himself," and I'm just like, "What? Do I?" And it's like, oh my god, I'm touching myself a lot. Like what, And it's like you don't know that you're doing certain things until other people go, hang on a second, you're doing that. But I just felt like really perceived and like, oh, don't worry if you saw that person that said that, it's fine, don't worry. But like, I'm like, oh, now I feel self-conscious.
Feeling perceived is the absolute worst. It's the absolute worst. It's horrible. I hate being perceived. Like I feel like that's my problem with going out in public, is that I feel perceived and I just want to shrink and hide. But yeah, I totally get that. So I know that we kind of wanted to make this like a little bit of a Q&A, and that some people kind of asked us, like, I did actually get a little bit of responses to my post when I actually like remembered at like 5 a.m. when I woke up with my ADHD brain to post, like, hey, I'm doing this live stream with Autistic AF. So I did get a few questions. Did you get any questions?
Yeah, I did. So most of the things I got, and you know who you are, you like email me and go, oh my goodness me, Jen, you're going to be talking with Jen. This is going to be amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, team. Team AF is struggling to understand the assignment here and read the question.
So I do get that, because I was thinking about this as I was driving to get chicken feed today, is that people would actually, like, if we would have reworded that and said like, hey, why don't you like give me a topic that you would like us to talk about, that probably would have been more well received than like questions.
Jason S. Wait, what did we do? a whole lot of nothing, Jason.
Jason, you're fine. You didn't break any rules. You're good,
Jason. Jason and I love talking about coffee. We got coffee beans. I actually had an espresso just before coming on because I thought I wasn't wired enough.
Okay.
It's late at night here. I need an espresso, and I can still sort of smell the coffee now. It's like we should do coffee talk some point. Right.
All the coffee.
So while we're here, what did you want to talk about? My attention is split between Mike and Jen in the chat, so I'm missing things. Yeah, me too.
Are you so your little like stream elements is telling you when people are subscribing to you?
Yeah. Hi Richard, how are you doing? Welcome. Thanks for subbing. Sub to Neurodivergent also.
Yes. Hello.
Everyone, go this way. I've been really enjoying Jen's content. Sorry to talk about you in the third person as if you aren't in the room, but like I've been really enjoying Jen's content. Particularly my favorite thing, which I've seen about 50 times. That's no lie, by the way, is the I See Neurodivergent People skit, which I really liked. That was good. That was excellent. What's your favorite comfort book? Comfort books. Oh, interesting. What's your favorite comfort books? Yeah. Do you do much reading? What comfort books? Yeah, I don't do comfort books either. I like Stephen King, but I don't read unless I'm in the mood and I'm like properly calm and relaxed and I'm in the zone to read. I won't go to reading to calm down, like, or for comfort.
My ADHD won't let me read.
Understood. You're starting.
I can listen. It's weird because I do absorb it better when I read, but I have trouble absorbing it. I have to reread paragraphs over and over again. So like long-term memory, it sticks better in my long-term memory when I read. But I struggle to like focus. So that's the difference, right? Is focus versus retaining. So I retain better when I read, but I struggle to focus when I read because my mind is just doing so many other things. So I don't read books, and maybe I should, because I could remember things better. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a good one. We've had another comment from C. Kara asking, he was asking, well, what was your goal in creating the channel? I guess we could both do that one. Do you want me to go first? Do you want to
what did she say?
What was your goal when creating the channel? For me, it was interesting because I hadn't told Nina yet. Like, Nina knew that I was in burnout. She thought I was depressed. But like my goal creating it was to create a couple of videos to just explain how I'm feeling and then send them unlisted to a couple of people. that was before it was called Autistic AF, by the way. I didn't like launch into it and go, oh, let's make a YouTube thing. I have other YouTube channels. This is the biggest one, so don't go looking for them like for some sort of big things, because they're not. But like, I've created channels around special interest before, but it literally was just an unlisted thing. And then I thought, okay, I'll just start by explaining sort of how I'm feeling, put it into public videos, and then start, sort of structuring them a little bit, and people just found them interesting. How about you, Jen?
That's really relatable, actually. Kind of like the wanting to get your thoughts and emotions out there and like not publicly sharing it. For me, it was honestly for validation and sharing my story, because it was just like the biggest aha moment. I keep using that phrase, but it was just like the biggest. It's just like I talk about where, I was like, oh my gosh, I figured it out. It's seriously, it's like solving a puzzle, or getting into a escape room and like, I figured out how to get out of here. Like, it was so like,
Yeah.
oh my, holy crap, this is what it is.
Did you have the, why didn't anyone tell me earlier? What did you have the, did you ever have like the I wish I'd known earlier? Like, this could have saved me a lot of stress.
So I struggle with that, because I feel like if I would have known earlier, I may not have been who I am now. And I don't know, because I want my son to have accommodations, but I feel like if I would have had accommodations, it would have made me soft. Like, I don't mean that like to offend anybody, but like I who knows, right? Like, I don't know.
It's completely
I feel
hypothetical.
like
Yeah, completely hypothetical question.
hypothetical, and I feel like there was some strength in adversity, and but I had a lot of like what I thought was depression. What's this one?
This is Jasper again. Do you know there are
Jasper.
11 others? There are 11 others, but Jasper is just like, no, me, or Polly's up there. I can see a couple more over there in the distance. But I'll ring the bell soon. They'll come to me.
Well, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do that. But I think that I don't know. It's hard, because like nobody wants to think like, would I change who I became? Because we all are a culmination of our experiences, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And but I can say that the one thing that I really, 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 really would have liked to have had is to have known that I'm not a bad person. I'm not sucking at life. I'm not bad at relating to people. It's not my fault. That's it. That's it. That's it. It's not my fault. It's not my fault.
I would go for a bigger ask. That would just as well, which would be not just like let myself, younger Mike, know what the issue is. And I feel like in my videos, I'm talking to younger Mike now. I'm talking to people not that much younger than me, really. Sort of average age on my channel is about 30. YouTube tells you all of this sort of stuff. And I'm sort of talking to that version of me from when I was younger to go, look, it's not so bad, and hopefully someone will stumble across the video, relate to something, and go, okay, this now starts making sense, and it kind of helps, and it kind of feels really fuzzy and warm to feel like I've actually helped someone in that way. But I've just seen a comment just saying, was I in burnout when I started the channel? No, it was afterwards. A renewed sense of vigor, really, and a sense of direction, and a new special interest, perhaps an obsession. But yeah, I vote for Claire's question. Has Claire made a question? Claire, what are your favourite things to watch on YouTube that are not autism videos? And we know Claire is all about the yarn.
Yes. She does stuff with yarn. Claire does stuff with yarn, y'all. Claire does stuff with yarn.
She does stuff with yarn that you could never imagine. I mean, I didn't even realise there were glow-in-the-dark, all kinds of funky yarns. Like, it's quite incredible, really.
I think
Stuff that
she
Claire
made
does.
curtains. She made curtains was her last one. Now, like, I'm not gonna lie, all right? Like, I watch Porch Coffee, and Claire, I love you, but you know, like, yarn isn't my thing, and she knows that, right? Like, she knows that she's got her audience that is like, you know, people who are interested in my special interest. Let's all be honest with each other. Like, you know, we're not all going to relate. She's super self-aware of that. But I do know that the last thing that she made was curtains, and she makes some pretty awesome hats. And I don't have that kind of talent. So
Like for me, with respect to Claire, since we're like we're roasting Claire. Yeah, I mean, same thing for me. Yarn isn't my thing, but I did watch Claire. I did watch your curtains video, and I love how
you
you've like
watched
stored all
it?
different coloured. Yeah, yeah, and I watched a lot. I watched a really late live like a couple of nights ago. I just fell asleep. Literally, I just collapsed. I was in my clothes. I don't ever fall asleep in my clothes, but I just literally, like socks and all, like I just collapsed. I was so tired. But then I woke up at like 3 o'clock in the morning or something, and I saw Claire was streaming. So I'm like, okay, I'm on that. And then I watched. I watched the Oogie Boogie, legally distinct Oogie Boogie Man,
Okay, so
which was
I
pretty good.
have some questions.
Oh, you're
I printed
serious? You
them
got a big sheet
out.
of paper. You got a big sheet of paper.
I'm
Yeah.
out of printer paper, and so we're like reusing stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I
Good.
had a few questions because we did present this as like a question and answer kind of a deal.
Yeah, get to know everyone kind
Um,
of thing.
yeah, and I want to like get to everybody's questions here. So I feel like Aiden V. So I want to like just honor that, like, you know, some of the people in my community, my like they actually responded to my call to action. That's what it's called. My call to
It
action.
is.
So Aiden V asks, what helps you when you're tired of living in a predominantly neurotypical world?
Oh gosh, I mean, what a big question. I think there's a few
Yeah.
things. One of them is, I think, is quite relatable for all of us, which is to spend time on our special interests. I love learning about the marine environment, and even if I'm not diving, by the way, I'll just go spend time by the sea, do a bit of rock pooling, and it helps me revive. I've spent, you know, get a lot more energy back. I saw somebody on one of our comment threads say that they play guitar, and by playing some guitar, they it kind of gives them some energy, even 10 minutes worth, you know. So there are things you can do, and I
Yeah.
guess the challenge is finding what those things are. And I guess we don't decide what those things are either; they kind of find us. Um, so yeah, spending time with special interests is a big one, and trying to sleep too. But sleep is terrible.
Yeah, as it is for a lot of us, because whether you're ADHD or autistic, sleep is an issue for various reasons for all of us. Um, so yeah, that's a pretty good question. I like that. I'm trying to think of the doctor that I feel like is one of the like Aspie whisperers, who kind of talks about, like, he talks about damn it, I wish I could remember his name, but he talks about how he interviewed a young autistic girl, and she talked about like energy in a currency exchange. And so she would feel, you know, like if she danced in her room alone, that would add like 10 points to her
Yeah.
energy. If she got, you know, scolded by somebody or had to spend too much time with some mean girls, you know, and she's young, maybe that reduced her energy reserve by like 10 points. Like, she had like 100-point value. And so
Mhm.
that is actually something that I can relate to, because I do tend to kind of relate everything back to percentages and numbers. And so I could actually like really feel that when he was talking about that. And I think when you are living in a predominantly neurotypical world, what helps you when you're tired of living in a predominantly neurotypical world, I think just realizing that you are awesome as
Mhm.
you are. Like, um, realizing that you are not broken, that you are okay, right?
Part of relating to this. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, just realizing that you're not a broken neurotypical, I think is the most important thing. Realizing that there's a category, a way that your brain works, the way that you are, that is perfectly valid. You're not yourself. What?
Thank you. Pardelot. Thank you. Tony, Dr. Tony Atwood.
There we go.
Parladot. Thank you. Thank you for helping me there. Thank you. Yes.
My live streams tend to be a case of me just not knowing what to say, and it's just like, okay, there's this thing. It begins with C, and my brain's telling me it's got like 7 letters, but I don't know what the word is, and people be like, oh, it's this, and you know, and it's great. It's like a hive mind. I know you've got some.
Start a like a hangman game. Like I'm thinking of a thing.
Exactly, and it's like it's not a quiz, but it sort of is a quiz. But it's
It's Dr. Tony Atwood. Thank you so much.
Exactly. Jasper, it's not time for Catmageddon yet. It is. It will be, but it's not yet. He's very persistent.
Did he ring the bell? No.
No, it's not time.
No, Jasper.
No. He's very loving, very ADHD cat, this one.
Now. Okay, so speaking of cat, num burp. Can't think of a question, but it would be nice to hear you to talk about cats and chickens.
Okay, so we have chickens. That's more of Nina's interest. We call them outdoor animals, or they're like the outdoor pets. You know what I mean? The birds. And cats. Yeah, I mean, like here's one. What do you want to know? So,
Jasper. Do you feel uncomfortable in your own skin, Jasper?
Oh, he feels very comfortable in his own skin.
Okay, so Jasper's not autistic, maybe. I don't know.
No,
like,
not at all.
It's crazy. I start diagnosing animals sometimes.
You're starting to relate to the animals. But yeah, I mean, they're great. They're fantastic sim toys, I'll be perfectly honest. You sort of, yeah, you can squish them, you can stroke them, you can pet them. Yeah. Jasper's aiming to push the bell off and trigger things on his own self, Brian. Yeah. They do that. They like to break into drawers and cupboards and things and get the treats. Like that is literally all they've been doing for like the past couple of hours. The chat's moving quite quickly. What have we got? Telepathic hive mind. Yeah. So I saw your Jen. You've got this like logo of like escaping the hive mind, and it's like we sort of escape the hive mind, but we sort of rejoin another one. So we've got our own like new hive mind. It just works better for us. I don't know. But it is like that. It's like escaping like just the way that everyone else is. It's hard to explain actually. I'm kind of tripping over my words here. Tell me.
No, well, okay. So let me tell you. First of all, I want everybody to know that I really did make that logo myself. So he's talking about my merch, and I have like 3 designs available that I made all of them myself in Sketchbook. Not very like,
nice.
And I'm not trying to promote myself. I think that this is actually kind of a great opportunity to kind of talk about like some of the motives that I had behind that, because like the hive mind, it does sound like I struggled with that one because like obviously when I say that I'm talking about like neurotypicals and we think so differently. And so that sounds a little bit condescending, right? Because it's like
no, not at all. Not at all. I just thought the poor bee that's escaping the hive mind is going to die because he needs friends.
Yeah, he needs some friends. And let me tell you that like I have been navigating my whole life without my people. Yeah. And here I am finding my people, and it's been great. It's been wonderful because like my last live stream, I felt so energized after that because I was actually able to talk to people that get me and understand me.
Yeah, this helps.
Says, Jen, promote yourself. I'm seriously, I'm not trying to promote myself. I'm saying that like one of my designs is Jasper.
Jen's got some amazing merch designs. She's got a gold AF logo, which is looking very stylish. AU logo, sorry.
I need to get some cat sweaters with some of my designs. Yes. Becca says, who has ADHD and autism? Everybody else, put up a raise your hand emoji. I don't know.
Raise your hand. Too club. Why differently in your typical? I'm just reading everybody's comments. It's so lovely. I have the same sound sensitivities as cats, says Concrete Jungle. Oh, hello, Amelia. How are you doing? We have a dyslexic Borg prepared to be ass laminated. Oh, that's TJ, obviously. Thanks, TJ, for lowering the tone. ADHD. I just waved at the screen, says Jules. That was a joke, by the way. TJ.
ADHD. I'm trying to mimic
ADHD.
the emoji there.
Keep it up, Jen. Do it. TJ, I'm just autism. I'm in the minority.
No, because I feel like, okay, so I'm just going to be like vulnerable for a second, but I take meds for ADHD. And so I feel like I have found that actually really makes my autism traits very dominant. My OCD-ish traits, my need for routine, like it was I don't know, a little bit more confusing before. Like there's good things and bad things about it, but like the ADHD meds make me like way more autistic, I feel like.
There's a bit of a problem. I don't take ADHD meds. There's a bit of a problem in the UK anyway, actually, at the minute. There's a lot of ADHD people not able to take any ADHD meds because there's a massive shortage. Yeah, sorry guys, you're affected by that. Same in the US as well. Is that a problem worldwide?
Yep. Okay. Worldwide. Yep.
Yeah,
because a lot of people are getting diagnosed with ADHD, and I'd hate to say this, but erroneously, because we are getting some attention issues with like electronics and diet, and
sure.
You know, people think that they can't pay attention because they've been too overstimulated for too long. It's not a popular opinion, but I'm just going to be truthful, right?
I think you're right, Jen. I think you're right. So, I mean, there are different, like to say something like autism, for example, let's just subjects I'm more comfortable with, but yeah, ADHD too, is like this monolith, and it's just this same presentation for everybody, as opposed to like sets of traits, diagnosable traits, clinically recognizable traits. You know, with ADHD, there are some clinically recognizable traits that are also kind of acquirable. So, for example, you know, a lot of kids these days with their phones, I'm sounding like an old man right now, but the AF did originally stand for after 40, so that's my excuse. You know, they sort of be entering an addiction cycle in some ways. So that really help. You know, a lot of kids struggle to focus. They may not have ADHD, but they may have some presentations of it as a direct result of things like modern culture, social media, the internet, and so on. And it's really impossible to kind of keep that away from your kids, really. Because they're gonna access it. It's just, you know, the Pandora's box has been opened. This is the new brave new world we're in.
Yeah, and it doesn't mean that every person that gets diagnosed with ADHD is incorrect. Like, so anybody that thinks that that's the message that I'm trying to send here, that's not at all what I'm saying. Claire says that I think the shortage has some to do with the supply chain issues too. Yes, but I have heard that is because there has been a lot of higher demand. So, you know, I think a lot of us that are in this community now, that like we've either been diagnosed with autism and ADHD, and typically when you have the autism diagnosis, ADHD is more likely to follow. And the stats show that there are higher instances of people being diagnosed with autism that are also have the comorbidity of ADHD, as opposed to the opposite. So that kind
the
of
majority actually, the majority. Yeah. Sorry, I interrupted you. I do as if you're on the train of thought there. Yeah. I was just like, yeah. Sorry. Sometimes I forget that the microphone is on.
We're both ADHDers here, so we're good.
Hey Jen, how's it going? How are you all? I just like it's like, oh, I'm enjoying this really nice live stream. Who's that guy? Yeah. Oh, hang on. It's quite good fun. It's nice to hang out. And I see what you're saying actually about the kind of recharging. I've really enjoyed doing the lives. And it's great to kind of talk to people that actually get you. And it's sort of like a reprieve, a breath of fresh air, if you will, you know, from that neurotypical world, that question. Did you have any other questions? I'm sorry, everyone, if we're missing anything, which I'm sure we are.
I have other questions that people ask me on YouTube. Look, I was prepared for this, okay? I printed them out.
I'm sorry if we missed anyone. It's not intentional, and we will get. Yeah. In fact, if there's any questions that I missed, I'll just answer them on a video later at some point.
Yes.
I'm sorry. I'm sure Jenny
So, but I do think that a few of these brought up some pretty interesting topics. So, James N said, my question is, do you think people pleasing is prevalent among autistics?
Yes.
As it has always been a struggle for myself.
Yeah, damn straight. I mean, yeah, I mean, people pleasing or fawning, right? Yeah, 100%. I mean, just go under the radar. Just say yes to everything. In fact, you know, actually running a business, I've been self-employed for over 20 years now. And you know, the people pleasing traits have been really hard to kind of deprogram from myself. Be able to say no, like unmasking, you know, like disappoint people. Here you go, have a t-shirt design for someone, you know, disappoint someone today, I think would be a really good one. Just like, you know, you're a human, you're whole, you're you. Other people aren't sort of necessarily an authority over you. You don't necessarily have to answer yes to everything. You can say no to stuff. I was hell yes to this live stream, by the way, but like you can say no to stuff. It's fine. You know, there you go. There's permission. Just say no to something. Blame me.
So I did a video on this, and it's called Autistic Resentment, which
I haven't
really
seen it.
kind of. You haven't?
No, I'll watch it
It's
later.
fine. Well, Claire and I have talked about, like, because I've apologized for not watching her videos before, and she's like, girl, we're not all gonna watch each other's videos, so don't apologize. But let me tell you, this is my autistic resentment video incarnate, because it really talks about like how we overextend ourselves in order to fit in. So we spend money, we bring the donuts and the coffee to the workplace,
Oh
we
shit, the
spend,
money
you know,
thing. Oh god,
we
yeah.
we we like say yes to everything. Like you were just saying, we say yes to everything because we that's our attempt to fit in, and it is so draining when we are already so easily drained. But Helen says because I'm sorry, it's just Helen says Emily wants to know if Jen has a favorite plushie. Emily is a plushie mad. So is Helen connected to this great artist, Emily?
Yes, the great artist Emily and the great artist Amelia. Amelia may be in the chat right now. They're both daughters of Helen. And Helen is the most fantastically creative Minecraft builder. Hi Chinooka as well, if you're in here. It's just incredible. I didn't get the creativity autism, I'm afraid. My drawing is very bad. I look at that and think, if I had 12 years to learn how to draw, it probably wouldn't go in. But I did get math and
Once you
science, so
were
yay.
interested in it, why, you know, like we all kind of like gravitate towards what we're inherently interested in. So Helen, please tell Emily, if she's not in this chat, that I'm a minimalist. I don't have plushies in my house. I try to like eliminate stuff, but please tell Emily I love crows. But I would love to hear what plushies Emily has. Emily, you did such a great job. I love it.
Great job. Great job. That was actually really nice to be able to surprise Jen with that, actually. That was quite cool. I was like, I
Yes.
initially was sitting here underneath my phone, and it was like, I'm just going to pull it out and show her. Here you go. Do you know,
I had no idea.
I
I
really
had no
struggled
idea.
to keep it. I really struggled to kind of, like, it's like a lovely surprise, not like a bad surprise. It's like a nice surprise. So it's like, you know,
It
it's
was
like,
a
I'll just show it
wonderful
to her.
surprise.
Show it to her. There you go. Mike, I think your videos are very creative. Pardon, you're far too kind. This is the most ADHD stream ever. Sorry, the chat just moved really fast, so I don't know who to credit that message to, but that was quite a funny one. Here's the most ADHD stream ever. Feel good.
TV does say Emily is supremely talented. So this has become the Emily live stream right now.
Oh, the Emily Appreciation live stream.
Yeah, the
wow,
Emily
cool
Appreciation live stream. Thank you, Emily, so
Emily's
much.
listening. She has lots of plushies. She has Jelly Cat Pear. Clay, you're spot on. Coding needs a lot of creative problem solving. Oh, somebody made a comment about coding.
Oh,
yeah. Coding software. Huh?
Careful. What? You guys, do not like it's like the agent sleeper code, right? Like you push the agent sleeper code and there he goes. You talk about coding. And
I have scripts available in scripts. Yeah, absolutely. In fact, I've been, yeah, it's been quite good fun. Yeah, because I'm self-employed. I think, you know, I've been doing like the bare minimum work, and I've been coding this amazing thing for live streams, which I'm really looking forward to kind of like showing everyone at some point. That'd be really good fun. Sorry, that was kind of pointless to talk about right now, but later. Emily's giggling. Question: do you have any foods that you cannot stand? Yes and no. I'm not going to do the whole scripts about scripts as Jeff J. Jen, do you have any foods you can't stand?
So I'm actually, and I do think that this is kind of like my ADHD presentation, that I don't have a whole lot of food aversions. I will eat almost anything, honestly. And so like a lot of the ADHD traits will kind of say that like you'll seek out new crazy things. And really, I feel like I don't know if anybody remembers this, but that old show with Joe Rogan, Fear Factor, like I feel like I could eat anything. Like I could eat, like I have sensory issues with lights and sounds. And I wear my sunglasses in the grocery store, but I could eat almost anything. So I might have won that $50,000 had I been able to participate on that show a while ago, because I do have an ADHD side that like is a little bit adventure seeking. So it's just so individual how it presents from person to person. It really
totally.
is.
Yeah, I don't have any food aversions, for example, but I have likes and dislikes, and I tend to eat very similar things. I've got like a routine with what I eat. I'll make, for example, a Huel, not sponsored, in the morning, and just like sit that by my desk, and then just it's like a meal replacement thing, and I'll just sort of drink that slowly throughout the morning and lunchtime. I'm pretty.
I feel like there's a distinction that needs to be made between sensory issues and like routine, because I absolutely have a routine issue. And then there are some people who just absolutely avoid foods for textures, taste, smells. A lot is texture and smells. I mean, and I totally get that. Like, right, if I could like transcribe the issues I have with like lights and sounds into food, that would bother me too. Now everybody's talking about their favorite foods.
Yeah, everyone's talking about their favorite foods or their least favorite foods. I can eat everything except octopus. Oh, I like diving with them. Huel sounds like it tastes, in my opinion. Yeah, you don't eat it, drink it for the taste. It's not for the taste. It's just to keep me alive while I'm working.
Hold on, what is Huel?
Huel's like it's a meal replacement thing. So it comes in like powder. You can have it in like bars or pre-made bottles or whatever. Yeah. So basically, it's kind of like
Isabella's on my side. She'll eat almost anything.
Yeah, definitely. Right. Who's got another question?
I have my paper prepared. You want me to ask the
paper question. Okay, do it.
Okay. PF Ballman. PF, are you here right now?
PF is here. I've seen the username. Yeah, PF Ballman.
Look, PF, he's PF. Are you listening? Okay. PF asks, how can we get back to the community? I'd love to hear more about the 24-hour charity live stream idea Mike had mentioned. And so I do love that, because kind of like my present. Okay. PF Ballman raised his hand. Like, do you remember like what was that? Oh my gosh, like Bueller. Someone help me out here. Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Anyway, so PF Ballman is present. Thank you, PF Ballman, for joining us today. But so in the last live stream that I did, I kind of talked about like community and like there are a few of us creators who are like kind of beginning to like build friendships and talk to each other and stuff like that. And I think that there's a lot of people that would like to see a lot more community, because I actually got a lot of emails after I did my first live stream, because
I'm sorry I missed it. I was gutted. You didn't announce it, did you? It was just like it must have been like a random one. An ADHD stream. Right.
Because I was nervous and I didn't know what I was going to talk about, and then I realized that like people actually like keep you you don't have to think of things to talk about. People talk with you.
Yeah,
and
I don't even plan like live. I just press the button. It's like an ADHD.
Yeah.
Like just hit the button, and as soon as you know it, you're live. And sometimes the cats have actually run a live stream. One of them ran, I think it was either Emma or Hydra, started a live stream for 7.5 hours. And it just ran like an unattended live stream. I have a button to start live streams. To just like
Oh
one
my
button.
gosh. Your cats are running your live streams?
They have ended them before, and they have started them too. So yeah, I do have cat problems. Yeah, it's been an issue. People talking about my sweater. Hello everyone. Okay, I'm wearing this. Look, see, it's like, okay, there we go.
Best sweater ever.
That's what you're getting. That's
So,
what you're getting. Can Claire make copies? Sure.
Oh, okay. Andrew asks, have either of your children been diagnosed? I'm sorry, I'm trying to like stay on track, but
yes. So
because I want to answer P.F. Bowman's question about community.
Oh, sorry. Thank you very much. Yeah, you're right.
But yes, that's how I found out my son was diagnosed, So then I found out it was hereditary, and I don't know. What did you do? How did you find out?
How did I find out? Yeah, after burnout. My son's got traits, so I wonder if he would. I mean, he's played like 6,000 hours of Skyrim, but pretty much only the first entry level, the first little part where you get to the first village. He just plays that and then repeats it. I'd say that's pretty good. He loves sharks as well. So yeah, at some point, do you know what? I haven't actually told him about my YouTube channel. In fact, not that many people from my real life, as it were, like know about my YouTube channel. But I am in touch with someone. I am actually going to see a viewer in the next few days. I don't know if Wendy's online here. We're going to say hello at some point. We're going to get a cup of tea.
So
Mike's more ADHD than what? Sorry.
I was gonna So most ADHD stream ever. Here we go. Mike said that I watched it. Jen, you did great, but like everybody was talking about how we were very ADHD, and here it is.
Yeah, the cast. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Let's quickly do the 24-hour thing.
24-hour thing. You brought this up. You suggested it. P.F. Bowman was asking about it. And I don't know. I think that it's a great cause, and we definitely need more community. But we need to if we did do like a 24-hour stream for like more community, what would that charity go to? Because it's not going to be Autism Speaks.
Oh hell no! Hell no! And we can't just spend it all on plushies and Lego either. But what I was thinking is, it would be great to be able to get all different autistic creators together. And do shifts on live streams, and do a 24-hour live stream. People can pop on and off as they please, and we'll do. I'm happy to like pass that on as like a baton idea. I'm also happy to do it. So whatever, we'll make it happen. Like I can guarantee it will happen, because worst case, Jen and I and the cats will just do a 24-hour stream on their own. So we'll do that. Okay. We'll do something.
P.F. Bowman actually has a really, really great suggestion, and I would support this. He says, I suggest we raise our own money and give out a scholarship for ASD diagnosis. I think that would be an excellent idea, honestly.
Yeah. Is there a charity doing that already? Because it seems like such an obvious thing. Because there are people in need that can't raise the money, but need to get, for whatever reason, a bit of paper to access accommodations or whatnot, like saying going to university or going to college, moving away from home for the first time, and it's just like, no, sorry, you can't do that. You can't have a little bit of extra time. You have a quieter exam hall or whatever. You can't do, you can't use headphones in the library or whatever. Believe it or not, that was a rule when I was at uni for some reason.
Like,
what the heck?
My diagnosis cost like $4,000. Okay,
amazing.
So I don't know what that equates to with your metric system over there, but let me tell you, it's a lot of money, and I didn't actually even know that until after the appointment was done. Okay, I am not a rich person. I would not have done it, so I'm glad that I didn't know how much it was until I got billed. Listen,
really? I had to pay a deposit. I put it on a credit card.
So I'm just saying, like, it's expensive. And there are a lot of people out there who it's cost prohibitive prohibitive. So PF, I really like this idea. Isabella says I would never be able to afford that. Like, look, again, okay, you guys are gonna think I'm so rich. Let me tell you, I didn't know I was billed. I was billed. I was told by the receptionist that it would be like $200. It was a miscommunication for different services. Okay, all right, y'all.
Wow. Yeah. Okay.
And it was like $4,000 to $5,000. Okay, so that is how much these things are cost. Now, I did the legitimate thing. I did all the tests. It was like a whole day thing. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay, so it was legitimate. It's fine. It's the best money I ever spent in my life. All right.
Yeah, ditto, yeah.
But there are a lot of people that could have this life-changing effect without like being able to afford it, because you know, we say self-diagnosis is valid, and it is, because we all know ourselves best, you know. Like, I think there have been a lot of people out there who've encountered psychologists and PhDs, you know, that are like they're not educated in it, they don't get it right.
The lack of CPD is absolutely off the wall. Like, it's I don't want to use the word insane. You understand what I mean when I say it. But like, it really is. If anything is going to be considered not quite altogether, it is that. It's like it's like doctors, for example, primary care GPs don't have to do any psychological training. Like, they do like half a day on nutrition. It's all pretty much on, like, the medical model is all about finding an issue and then fixing it. So I spoke to my GP, and he was very much like, Mike, you have a job, you have a house, you got cats. He said, you got cats. You don't, like, what's wrong? What are you hoping to achieve by this? Like, you're in your 40s. Why would you? What do you hope to achieve? What do you hope to get out of this?
Okay, so some people are saying that my sound is strange. Hopefully I sound
It
okay
sounds
now.
fine
But
now.
there,
Yeah, you
okay,
faded out like a bit, but you were still legible. But it kind of went a bit like when you were
okay.
talking about the receptionist on the phone. You sounded like the receptionist on the phone for a little bit.
There are some people who are talking about, like, okay, so Lauren said that she talked, like, let's make a plan here. Lauren said, I talked to Dan from Aspie World, and he's got a huge following. And somebody else asked me if I'd reached out to what's her name from oh my gosh,
Sam
she
Taylor.
no, she reacts to a lot of the autistic memes online. I'm autistic now, what?
Oh, Meg.
Yeah, Meg, thank you. So these people are like actually bringing up some big names, and I think that there is a lot to. I would be behind this because I was like, if we were to actually, like, how, you know, because we're always thinking about like, how do we actually maximize like dollars, efforts, money. Like, this would actually, I think, be pretty impactful to try to Meg. Okay, people, I got it.
We got it.
Meg.
We got it. We got
Okay, Meg, and Dan from Aspie World. There are some big names out there, and so I really like the idea of scholarships. That's a really good
I like the
idea.
idea of it. I like the idea of it too. But doing like the most for most people, we'll figure it out. But anyway, like, I think the mechanics of just getting people together, I think is completely invaluable for community building. Honestly,
Yep,
I'm
100%.
I'm delighted. Like, thanks, Jen. It's been. Oh, this isn't a goodbye. It's just like, thank you so much for being like so supportive and kind to me, Claire as well. Thank you very much. It does feel kind of like, particularly when you're putting yourself out there and you start to sort of share sort of vulnerable stuff. And I know we overshare anyway, but to do it in a format where it's like, here's a public video, it is a little bit of a thing to kind of psychologically step up to, especially with the amount of, I guess, spoons. It's just knives for me now, to be honest. But like, just the amount of energy that it takes to do that, it can be quite overwhelming. It'd be overwhelming for a neurotypical too, I think, actually, to be fair. It's a big ask sometimes. I'm not trying to complain, by the way. I do it freely, but it's great to have a support sort of thing as well. Like a little bit of, it's good to have some friends doing the same sort of thing.
Megalyn, I know y'all aren't talking about me, but that got a bit weird for me for a second. Why?
Why? Did you relate to something, or Recruit volunteers to share the load. Absolutely. I had my diagnosis of Veterans Administration last year, but I don't think it was that it was thorough or thorough. I've been told I should see a psychologist in 3 months, but they can't say for sure. It could be longer, Isabella. Oh, Megaland, my name is Meg.
My
Okay,
name
no,
is Meg.
a different Meg. A different Meg. Stick it. Give me an F if your name's Mike, by the way, in the chat.
F in the chat.
Jen.
What does that mean? People always do that. What does that in the chat mean?
So it's like an old internet kind of meme. It means press F to pay respects, basically.
Oh.
But not in like a pay respects kind of way, but like, you know, as in someone's passed away. So it kind of works in an ironic kind of fashion. If the Fs are coming through, then it means the stream's working.
Gotcha. I knew it was something. It's like the Latin phrase that you see whenever you try to build a website to see how it fits.
Oh, Laura Mitsum, yeah.
Your lips so mum. Okay, I have one more. Okay.
Oh, do it. Yeah, sorry. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Okay, this is the last one that I have, because if y'all didn't like respond to my YouTube call for action before this stream, pencils down, man. You know, there's no more like submitting after we were ready to start this. I've heard that premature gray hair is prevalent among autistic people. And I wasn't going to, okay, but hold on, because I wasn't going to include this one, because I was like, that sounds like folklore. But he actually included a link, and then I found out that there was a question on the autistic or the like Ask Me quiz or something. Like, do you notice like swirls of hair like cowlicks? And I was like, oh, that might be because we tend to look at like hair and clothing over faces, but it's actually because it's actually legitimately autistic people tend to have more cowlicks.
Oh, I have them.
More interesting swirls of hair. Like, yeah. I thought it was like an autistic trait of our, like, you know, like where we focus our eyes. And it's actually like a legitimate thing. So anyway, so he asked that, but then he goes on to say, and this is Scott R, by the way. Also, I always thought my quirkiness was due to being INTP, which for those of you who don't know is the Myers-Briggs personality type. And I scored INTP a couple of times. So just curious to know, like, put in the chat, like what your Myers-Briggs personality type is, if you've ever taken it.
I'm either INTP or INFJ. I can't remember which one it was. I'm sorry. But yeah, put it in the chat. If you've got a Myers-Briggs, drop it down there. Be interesting to see what folks are.
I see a lot of INFJs, but I was INTP, which is like 2% of the population and like 1% for women or something like that. And so that's what I use to describe my quirkiness. And that's what Scott R said.
Kyle's got an IN. Jukman's got a TJ, INTJ.
Okay, I was INTP. And so, but the personality traits is like all of these start with I. That is all.
Yes. Yeah, that's true. I thought they all started with I, to be fair, at this point. INFJ, so weird that. Yeah, that's a really interesting. I'm looking at a screen full of INs. However you take, you know, however you interpret the Myers-Briggs, that's fairly, you know, interesting. I don't want to say conclusive, but yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I is introvert. That's true. Jason says.
Tracy said that figures, Jen.
Okay, yes, I've completely lost it. What was the question again, Jen?
Well, basically, if anybody else out there has early gray hair, like early graying.
Sorry, the hair thing. Sorry. Yeah, my bad. I missed it. I had one on relationships. I had one of like, it's essentially to paraphrase, you know, will I ever find a wife, basically, or will I ever find a partner? And I do plan on doing some more relationship content. I know I did one on flirting. It just felt like a fun one to do at the time, and plus it was February, so still is February. You know what I mean? Early February. Yeah, I think I was sort of speaking more generally. Yeah, I mean, autistic people can have full, fulfilling relationships. There used to be, I remember my psychologist that said to me, oh, it's amazing, autistic people can have, deep inner experiences. And it's like, well, yeah. And what was there supposed to be empty in here or something? What is the prevailing wisdom? And maybe we find it harder to meet people.
Sorry, I was going to say there's a few people that are asking like where you can take this test. If you just look up the Myers-Briggs personality test online, there are a lot of people who don't really put a whole lot of weight in that, and they think that it is like pseudoscience. I tend to think that there's some real life applications to these things because it kind of identifies like introverted, extroverted, whatever. But
Yeah,
my
do you
point
value
is
creativity
that like,
or whatever,
yes,
these different things? Yeah, I think it can be useful. I wouldn't put like too much into it, but it's for a wide brush, I think it's quite interesting. I think it's interesting we've got similar scores, all of us in here. With some variation.
So that's there is something there. Like even if you think that the Myers-Briggs personality testing is like Bullock's, which I've never used before until I started like working with people across the pond. If you think it's like completely Bullock's, then it's interesting how
Bullock's.
Bullocks.
Bollocks.
Bullocks, like bullcrap. Like
bollocks. Yeah, we say bollocks. Oh, bullocks. Yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Oh, sorry.
What did you think I said?
Well, I thought you said it's bollocks. Okay, never mind.
Bullocks.
Keep going. Yeah, what?
But it is interesting how there is a lot
sorry,
of like,
I was just like, oh, sorry, I didn't realize what you meant. Sorry. I thought you were talking about like cattle or something.
I said what I said, Mike.
I know. I said
bullocks.
Yeah, the problem is the reception rather than the transmission. I get it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Okay. So you could also check out the monotropic guitarist. You could also check out the Enneagram test.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't know that one, to be fair. I've heard it mentioned a few times.
I'm aware of it, but I haven't done it yet.
Okay, cool. We should do that on the next live. I'm just. You're probably gonna leave and go, oh my god, not that again. No, not that again.
So there have been a few people who have kind of said that they experienced earlier graying. So I haven't had a chance to like look into that article that he sent me, but anyways, I do think that some of these things are kind of like interesting to explore amongst ourselves because like there's a lot of topics that everybody talks about that's like been done over and over again. Like, let's talk about some of these weird little nuances that like, what if, like, calyx or early graying.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, like there's so many things. I mean, one of mine, and it's a bit of an obsession, is I really like scuba diving, and I don't find that I'm clumsy when I'm in the water. But out on, I'm covered in bruises and cuts, like just from banging into door frames and things. Normal sized door frames, I have to add. Not that I'm squeezing through gaps or whatever, but like in the sea, it's completely different. And we don't really talk about these things. I mean, it'd be a bit odd if I said that to like my diving colleagues. But yeah, I mean, we should talk about all of these little niggles because the actual research on autistic traits is pretty minimal.
So it does sound like a little bit like woohoo, like, oh, early graying, you're because somebody said like that's not attached to neurodiversity, and I would say that is not a sign that you could diagnose neurodiversity by. You can't be like, oh, you're like 25 and you have gray hairs, you're autistic. Like that's not how that goes. But it could be a side effect of it,
Yeah, for sure. I've been asked quite a bit about things like the link between like autoimmune diseases and autism. And the really interesting thing is like, being autistic, being neurodivergent in your typical world, that anxiety, that higher level of operating stress, the greater drain on the batteries, these things are correlated. Stress, for example, with the stress-related side effects, things like autoimmune flare-ups and things like it kind of stands to reason. Like maybe not directly correlated, but the stress ain't good for you guys. That's kind of like where the kind of judicious use of masking, I think. This is where I'm trying to like learn at the moment, where I'm kind of stuck in my mind. Is like, when am I masking? Who's the real Mike? how can I use the maths to my advantage and not as much as possible to keep as much power as I have? I don't have answers to these things, but I'd love to explore it. Catherine Raven, how early is early? I got tagged. What do you mean, how early is early?
For gray hair.
Oh,
what's
I don't
the
know.
limit?
I've seen people
We have to have like a line. Like you have to have a number. Like if you're like 25 and like 1 month.
Yeah.
What is the answer, Mike? What's
I
early
don't know.
gray?
I mean, it used to be you had to have a logical boy brain, and girls couldn't be autistic. And still, right? We still have the disparity with the. It's actually less than 4 now, by the way. It's like 3 point something. It's higher than 5. 3 point number above 5, less than 4. Not less than 4. 3.5, 3.6, 3.7, 3.8, 3.9. It's one of those range. Like we're in now. You've got to like be careful what you say on stream. Like I'm like fact check me. Do you know what I mean? Like I know I'm right, but I sort of don't have that fact to hand right now. But like anyway, whatever. Sorry, waffling.
I think it is 3.8.
Yeah, I'm kind of getting 3.8 vibes as well.
3.3. No, it is 3.8.
Cool. I'll
males.
take that.
So it used to be 4.0.
Yeah.
To every 1 female. And now new research has come out like 4 months ago that it has been reduced to 3.8.
Wow.
To 1 male. Or to 1 female, excuse me, 3.8 males. Okay, so we went from 4.0 males to 3.8 females diagnosed for every 1 female. And let me tell you, I never would have been diagnosed if it wouldn't have been for my white male son presenting how he did.
Yeah, my psychologist told me the same. That a lot of women find they're autistic because usually it's a son. It can be daughter too, but there's so many. She was saying that predominantly it's white kids, boys, and then the mothers realize and the fathers realize at that point. But the route for females tends to be motherhood, which is really restrictive for like determining. But like I don't know, like the stats on your channel. Have you looked at your like demographics? For me, it's really balanced. It's near enough 50-50 male female. About 2%, not specified. It's not it's not like
so
like completely.
Jason S says, I suspect it's actually 1-to-1. It's just poor assessment. So, Jason, I agree with you that it probably is closer 1-to-1, but the science on that is kind of like it's difficult because it's like some females underpresent or underrepresent their symptoms and are more likely to get a diagnosis. So there's a question whether it's on the assessment side as opposed to
interesting.
The public side, getting girls in the door to get an assessment in the first place.
Yeah, getting picked up early. I mean, a girl that's kind of like being a social butterfly in the playground, or interested in ponies, for example, as a special interest, or celebrities. These things are not like unusual. The intensity of the interest can be unusual, and it's the intensity that needs to be looked at. But like, sorry, Jen, what was that?
I was just saying hi to Jenny Aspie because she joined us.
Hi, Jenny.
I just wanted to give a shout out because she is another content creator. She does some like vlogs, kind of like life vlogs, living with autism.
Cool.
So y'all should go check her out, Jenny Aspie. Hi, Jen. Hi, Jen. Jen. It's mirror effect right now. Jen. Yes, hi, Jen.
Good point, Jen, says Jason as well. So like, yeah, I mean, absolutely. But if you notice in neurodivergent communities, it's not 4-to-1. It's not 4 female AFAB to 1 male, right? It's pretty balanced. May even be more females in online neurodivergent communities. I'm not even sure.
I feel like my screen got darker. Do I look darker to you guys?
No.
Okay. Hang on, let me check my phone battery. We're at 46. We're fine.
Oh, I plugged in an external battery.
Because I had to end my...
Like, I know how live streams go.
Yes. I learned the hard way, right? Because my last live stream I had to end because my phone was at 15%. It literally like beeped at me and it was like, you need to charge your phone. And I was like, all right, I gotta go because at 15% it's dead soon.
It's just yeah, it's not. Sun is going down. Yeah, it could be. It could be. Yeah,
no,
I'm
yeah,
all artificial lighting here.
That's actually probably it for me, seriously, because I use natural sunlight for my filming. So I think that is what it is at.
Speaking of which, Jen, we're at an hour and a half. We're at 90 minutes. Did you want to take a break?
Yeah.
Should we call it there? End on a high? Should we end on a Catmageddon?
It's what do the users want? Because I'm good to keep going. I'm
good to keep going too.
I know,
but I know that Catmageddon will literally end it. Yeah, Catmageddon will be like, yeah. I mean, I won't be able to focus. So
what did Mike and I discussed before we started this live stream that we were going to try to stick to 90 minutes, which we failed to disclose at the beginning of this. And if anybody wanted to stick around, Mike, this is your fault. This is on your stream. If anybody wanted to stick around, that like we could. But what do the people say? Like, yay for staying or nay for we're done here? Like, yay or nay? Like, thumbs up, thumbs down, or yay or nay? Like, do we stay for a little while longer? F's in the chat. F's in the chat.
Yeah, I should be able to do a poll, but like should be able to and can are like two different things. Oh yeah, hang on.
I didn't do that one yet. Jason said polls? We're just warming up. That's right. We're just warming up.
Hang on. Right, there's a poll. Please vote in the poll. It's much easier. I've called it after party. Yes, no.
Oh.
Talk to me.
I don't see it on my end. I don't get an opportunity to vote. That's because I'm biased, I guess.
Yeah, it's because you're just 92% say yes to an after party.
TJ said Mike's viewers are used to going for fun. I've heard. Mm-hmm.
We do all kinds of things. So we have Tea and Tales. Actually, do you know what? Tea and Tales is supposed to be a book club that we do every month, but I'm being really tardy with it this month. The book will be Untypical by Pete Warmby. I was trying to get Pete in on a live stream. Oh, do you want some juice, anyone? Does anyone want like some juice? I've got juice. I can give you juice. Would you like juice? Don't look at me like that. It's just juice. I'll drink it first if you want. I'll prove it's fine. Okay. Right, I'll end the poll. 41 votes, 93% say keep going. So if you want to just do a little bit more, maybe a half-hour tranche, that'd be good. I'll keep the bell here. I'll keep the bell to one side, and we can ring the bell. For those that are just joined, by the way, Emily did this amazing picture. Oh, by the way, Emily, it's not school night. It's not a school night. It's Saturday. I guess you can stay up as long as you want. Should I go see that? But she did this amazing picture of Jen, and she's 12. She's 12, guys. 12.
I love it.
You know what I was drawing when I was 12? Nothing, because I was rubbish at drawing.
So Junior says, new viewer here, would love if one of y'all could inform me a bit more on what this stream is about. Thanks. Mike, what is this stream about?
It's in the title. We're having a chat. And there's chaos, I guess, epic stuff. But no, honestly, Jen and I, we both make autistic content on YouTube, autistic and ADHD, neurodivergent topics. And we're having a chat. We were doing a Q&A earlier. It's recorded, so you can actually watch the whole thing later on if you want to.
Yes.
I'm just looking at the chat. So the
ultimate autistic hangout. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's a bit of an ADHD hangout at the minute. Oh, hang on a second. I can do this because I have epidemic sounds. Here you go. Here's the after party music. Sorry, this is a theme. Golden Things by Kylie Daly. This is a really chill song.
Mm-hmm.
This is the intro outro music, the break music.
I like it. It reminds me of Airbnb whenever I have to call in for support. So
okay. Do you do Airbnb a lot? I've only used it once.
Well, so I host
Oh,
Airbnbs
okay.
and yeah,
Excellent.
yeah. Yeah, I have I don't know if I should disclose this, but I
No,
have
you
a
don't need
few
to. No, it's
properties
fine. We can,
in like
blah, 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 blah,
yeah,
blah, blah, blah.
yeah.
Yep, good. We're good. Yeah, so basically, I'll look after you, Jen. I'll look after you. It's fine. Let me do some oversharing. Yeah, no, I went to an Airbnb in the UK. So for those that don't know, I'm not going to give my exact location out, but I'll probably PO box at some point in case you guys want to send me cat treats in the post or something. I mean, I'm not going to eat them. But yeah, I'm on the Isle of Man. So when I traveled across the UK, I Airbnb'd to go to this renewable energy show where I was interviewing different people doing different things. Oh, you've just given me a great idea. I can share some of that content. I did an interview with the managing director of this. It's a brand new car, like a brand new car from China. It's called the Funky Cat. It's an EV. It's an electric vehicle. And I was interviewing him, and I said to him, "It just looks like a car." And he was like, "Yeah." So there's some proper autistic content in there. I should go and get that and show you at some point. Yes, I'll do it. I've just made a note in my brain. Sorry. Is everyone okay? How's the chat going? Is everyone good? This is just
Asa
after
says
part. This is not.
full
Right.
throttle ADHD, and I would have to agree with that. Yes. We are autism talking about everything and nothing. The monotropic guitarist says yes. Everything and
Yes.
nothing.
TJ, I have artisanal, single origin, light roast, autism. Hi, nice TJ. Jason's a bit of a coffee nerd there. We are autism, talking about everything, nothing. Exactly. Helping people, says Dot, helping people understand they're not broken. That's been like an absolute theme. I've literally cried reading some of those comments, and it's like it just feels like playing it forward a little bit as well for the next generation of people stumbling across YouTube, and then presumably there'll be some more creators creating, and so on and so on, and round and round we go, and hopefully we get more conversation, more noise, more stuff, more voices in this space. It's so important.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree with that. It is interesting because there have been a few content creators who have been around for like 3-4 years, and then like here we come strolling in, like
New
taking up
kids
the
on the
space.
block,
But
Jen and Mike. And Claire.
new kids on the block. But it's true, right? Because so many of us are discovering this about ourselves, and we're just finding community, and it's huge. It's huge. And it's weird because I was trying to like find myself as a normal person before in the neurotypical world, and then I realized like I'm a normal person with my autistic peeps. Like that's who
Exactly.
I feel normal with.
Exactly. And I
Yeah.
feel kind of safer and more comfortable, knowing that, I'm not sort of judged so much. So I've had some like really, really funny, not so funny comments occasionally. I mean, to be fair, it's like less than a fraction of a percent, but not even like trolls have said, "Oh yeah, you're not autistic, you're just making it up," which is quite validating, really, when you think about it. Jen, where's Jen gone? Oh, Jen can go. But you
I'm
don't.
here. I had to turn on the light because I felt like it was getting dark in here.
That is better, but
Go
you
on.
went dark. Like,
Oh,
but
okay.
yeah, there's just no judgment. I was just basically saying this reduced judgment is a much better place to be. I think neurotypicals would enjoy it too, actually, to be honest. And even if you're not autistic, I think a lot of holistic people enjoy autistic spaces for that reason.
So I was gonna say it's funny because like I have people telling me that like, oh yeah, you have autistic stems, you look autistic, and I'm like, thank you. And anybody else would like consider that like a diss, and I'm
Yeah,
like, thank you
sure.
for recognizing it.
Exactly. And
I don't,
almost I
I
kind of
don't
want to get to a point where it's not a big deal. And it's not a big deal to have sort of like comfort things as well, like plushies, to have comfort items. Like grown-ass man can have those things. I think it's perfectly acceptable, honestly. We need to kind of do a bit of normalizing. I don't know if this is normalizing, atypicalizing. untypicalizing, autisticalizing, ADHDalizing. Don't know what you'd call it.
Yeah, I don't know. It's funny because I have a whole bunch of lights in my
You've got a
room, and
lot
it's
of
like,
lights on now. Like it's like super lights. Like you reckon looks good, but you know.
okay. Because
Yeah,
usually this is uncomfortable for me, to be honest with you. But I
turn
felt
it,
like I was
turn
getting
it
too.
down. Like turn it down. I'm basically like mostly in the dark, but I have lights on behind me. So like I don't have. I'll tell you what. I'll do something similar. There you go. Is that better? Like is it just like, turn them off, Jen. Turn them off.
I
Turn
can
them
hate
off.
this.
Yeah, turn them off.
Lights
Turn them
go.
down.
Okay, okay.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. See you, Jason. Thanks for being here.
Much better. I like it.
Yeah, it's after party time. Do it. Just
My
like,
natural sunlight is gone, so you guys can't see me that well anymore. But
go after party. After party. Yeah. Jen, we can't see you, by the way. Oh, Jason,
I'm
great.
not leaving.
Less like, yeah, great.
Good.
So, oh no, Mike, this is people. When you can't threaten the masculinity of neurotypical men by carrying a plushie, I can, and I do.
After party with juice.
Yeah, it's just orange juice. Would you like some? Cheers. Hydrate. By the way, everybody, I've noticed something, by the way, on autistic, right, on my live streams, which have been quite long. Appreciate that. I will take that one on board. But sometimes like breaks need to happen, and just like people need to just take a break. Like the main content is done, everyone. This is like,
yes.
This is, yeah. So
this is the after party.
Yeah, like you can stay, you can like, you're welcome. Pull up a chair, grab a cat. Shout to Jen. Say hi to Jen, everybody.
Richard is almost 1 a.m. in the UK. Haha, after party indeed. 100%. Helen says I have after party dinner of cereal. Does anybody eat their cereal without milk? Because I do that.
Yeah. Cornflakes. Yeah. Definitely really good with that. Shreddies as well. Do you get shreddies over there? Like they're like little squares.
What are shreddies?
Shreddies? Do you want to get shreddies? I'm looking back. Nina's tidied the cereal away. Like she was like, oh, if you're gonna film in there, she'll make the backdrop nice. But the cereal's gone. But the cereal's gone.
Always.
Don't know where it is anymore.
Aether says lights low always. I don't know why NTs need so much light to see. Seriously, I hate it. It makes me feel so perceived. I hate it. I hate it. I hate light.
I don't know why NTs need so much light to see. It's their eyes are not good. Also, by the way, we're kind of saving the planet too. Reducing lights. Because like lights in video games, they use real light. They use real power, don't they? Because like, sorry, carry on. Sorry, Jen, you were saying something. I'm sorry.
You with your programming knowledge, info dumping. But you know, it's funny because with autism, we have hypersensitivity or hyposensitivity. And so, again, it's all a spectrum. And so I prefer lower lights, and I get really bothered when lights are too bright. And my son is light seeking. And so I go around my house turning all the lights off. And he follows, that little booger follows right behind me, turning them all on, you know? And so it's like, again, you can't like describe autism with like, oh, they don't like lights. No, some of them do.
Yeah, you're right.
Some of them
totally. Yeah, full respect to, I mean, to be fair, you met one autistic person, I think is a fantastic phrase. And that isn't to sort of say that like everyone's a little bit autistic, which I hear a lot now. I mean, a day doesn't go by and there's some comment or something. Even in real life, I talk about autism fairly openly now. And people are like, oh, we're all a little bit autistic. I think what they're trying to say by that is, oh, it's fine, don't worry about it. And I don't use the term diagnosis because obviously that's kind of a big term. I just prefer identification. But we all use these terms because we all know what they are. Sorry, what were we talking about again?
I don't know, but Digimon said a mother-son moment. With
a
like
mother-son moment. Bonding over the
and TJ says I'm anti-big light. TJ.
Anti-big light. Yeah, do it. Like,
but I really do feel like I'm like fading into like obscurity right now. Like I need to.
No. You're that's your YouTuber head on. That is like we record videos like looking at lights pretty much, and it's like I mean it's much better not to. But like a live stream, like you don't want to be staring at lights. Like I have a light up there. It's just the kitchen light. It's just like the big light on there. It's off now. It's better.
Yona says hospital, clinics, and grocery stores are too bright. And yep.
Hospitals
Grocery
are really weird
stores
one because
is
they're
my
not.
arch nemesis.
Yeah, hospitals like they don't need the light like they have it. Like it's like surely they could have something that's a lot nicer. Even like the frequency of the light. I'm almost complaining here, but like yeah, it's horrible. I didn't realize I used to suffer from headaches, and it wasn't until I left my job working in retail when I was at college that it was like, oh, it's the light, isn't it?
Oh, Lauren says, I love the background lighting, Mike. The green aquarium and the red light makes it fun. So when we first jumped on to like check to make sure everything was working, I was like, what bar are you in? Like, what bar are you at?
No,
Like, why are you talking to me in a bar
it doesn't
right
normally
now?
look like this. These are like they're actual like the lights. They're like aperture lights, like filming lights. We'll talk shop later, Jen, unless everyone's interested. But like they're video lights. I just dumped them in there because I thought they looked pretty. And then set one to orange and one to teal because that's the YouTuber color theme, isn't it? I don't have a brand, but teal and orange sort of, and then red one. So they look nice, and I don't have to look at them. So that's on you guys.
Well, we've got an RN, BSN, MBA tutor in the house, so this person knows a lot. Jen, you just might get yourself some table lights. Table lights. I don't know. What are table lights?
Did you say
I'm open to it. I'm open to ideas.
Oh. I was just thinking, if your background lights are relaxing. Oh, thank you. Love video chat, one of my interests. Yeah, we've done it now. We're just hanging out. I've lost Jen again. And she's back.
I'm back. I can't just fade into obscurity like that.
No, don't. Or can you do like one light and then not one light? So you only have one light. If anyone is a free editor, I'm everyone buy lights. Oh, don't make offers like that because we'll take you up on it in a heartbeat. I'm sure. I like cool tinted light when I must work with friends. I want tinted light. I've always heard red and blue called bisexual lighting by other YouTubers. That's funny. Jen's object permanence. Jen's light adjustments changing my subject permanence. But I'm looking down at the comments. I put the comments here on my iPad, and then I look up, and it's like Jen's gone. Oh my god! I'm just on my own. What's up, Jen?
Hold on. Richard says, Jen, can you turn your fire on to light only? That might be nice. Okay. Maybe we can try that.
I'll hold shot. I'll talk shit while you're gone. Okay, everyone. So what do we want to talk about? Like we can info dump on stuff. Let's talk about nudibranchs, sea slugs. I'm watching Jen now. No, I'm not. She's gone. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. Oh, that looks really cozy. Yeah, leave it like that. There you go. You've got it. That is really nice. Yeah. Come back. Okay, we got Jen back now. Hi, Jen. How are you doing? Sea cucumbers? No, not sea cucumbers. They're eating poo out of their bums. Mike said everyone's a bit autistic. No, I did not. Please verification. I said it, but I was sort of repeating words that someone else has said. I laugh when people say the word has been a bit schizophrenic as a psychotic, so that's not so good. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that people, it's not to say that someone couldn't exhibit an autistic trait. And normal traits are negative. So we could say to people, "Where's Jen gone? Jen? Jen's back. What's Jen doing? Jen, I can hear myself. I'm going to be quiet now.
Mike, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you. I can hear myself.
It restarted us.
What?
Oh, we're only at 21 second. So we got like 90 minutes to go.
There's an echo. It might be me.
There's an
Jen,
echo. It might be me. Jen, it might be you.
Is that right, Bella?
Is that right, Bella?
Mute me and then, or mute yourself and tell
Mute
me.
me and then, or mute yourself and tell me.
We can barely hear you. We might have to end it, Mike.
Okay. Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Okay. They're coming.
They're coming.
They're on the way. I'll move.
I'll move.
Okay. Let's do it like this.
Let's do it like this.
Hang on.
Hang on.
This one.
This one.
Yep. This one. Stable.
This stable.
And then down here, got Toblerone
Got Toblerone
and
and
Ninja Ninja.
Ninja.
Look. And Larry.
And Larry.
I know it's dark.
I know it's dark.
There you go. And Julian.
And Julian.
If I walk through here, this is
If I walk through here, this is
Stonewall.
Larry,
this is
come on.
Stonewall.
Where's Hydra?
Okay, Catmageddon.
Okay, Catmageddon.
Larry.
Larry.
Rufus. This is Julian.
Rufus. This is Julian.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
4, 5, 6,
And then-
7. And then
We'll end it there.
we'll end it there.
Thanks everyone for coming.
Thanks everyone for
Thanks,
coming.
Jen.
Thanks, Jen.
Mwah. Bye.